Hello! How's it going? Welcome.
Hi,
Happy
everyone.
Friday.
Welcome to the Oxventure. I am Coronation, the man they couldn't hang, as long as the rope was made out of udon noodles. That's in brackets at the end.
Pull back.
Yeah.
I'm Prudence, the Tiefling Warlock, all day, every day. Yeah, and even some of the other times.
Okay. Oh wow, what time in between times. I'm Egbert, the Dragonborn Paladin, searching for atonement. Almost certainly, still not likely to find it this week at least. But stick with it. It'll happen
You
eventually.
don't know that. It could be today.
True.
Today
True, I
could
don't
be
know.
the day of atonement.
It's usually the last place you look, right?
Yeah.
So-
Where was?
Yeah.
Where did you have
where did you-
atonement
yeah.
the last time you remember having atonement?
It's a good question. I'll get to thinking about that.
Have you checked under the sofa?
Did you
Just
check
saying,
your
I
pockets?
haven't. I haven't.
I'm just saying, if atonement is under the sofa,
It's going to
and
be really
you haven't
frustrating.
checked there, you're going to kick yourself.
I'm Dob, the half-orc bard, and atonement was already on my head the whole time.
What?
Oh. Yeah.
Hang.
I was already wearing it.
Well, I couldn't see it because I'm short. Because I'm Merylwen, the Wood Elf Druid. Hey.
Are
How's it
elves,
all going,
are elves
everyone?
typically short?
No, I'm abnormally short for elves.
Oh, okay.
We're
Like
usually
tall
quite
and
tall and
willowy, isn't
graceful.
that?
Yeah.
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 The whole deal.
Awkward. Well, I'm literally everyone else in the world, so I can't even imagine how many things I've lost. Like, at all times, several thousand of me are just patting their thighs and looking around, frowning, trying to spot that one thing they've misplaced.
Or your hair.
Or your hair, yeah.
or your hair.
Yeah.
Or your
That's
patience.
gone. 100 gold pieces to whoever finds it. No, wait. Anyway, it doesn't... Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Oxventure.
Before we begin,
Oh, yes.
let's say thank you to Voodoo Ranger, who very kindly sponsored this live stream. It's launched
coincidence.
in
I'm
the
just
UK
thinking
now. Yeah, we have
It is.
we've
Just
been
gripping
supplied
it,
with Voodoo Ranger to lubricate this adventure. But yeah, it's available in the UK now.
How's that mouth feel?
It's medium,
Medium.
I'd say.
Medium mouthfeel, yeah, I would say.
Medium mouthfeel. As soon as
there's
it hit
a-
my mouth, I was like, it feels medium.
There's
There's
an
a dis-
alcoholic heat in there.
There's a discount code in the description below. There is also a link to the Drinks Trust, which is a charity that looks after people in the hospitality industry. They've been hit quite hard, obviously, by the global situation. So if you have a bit of spare coin left over from Black Friday, do feel free to help that out as well. It's a good cause. So yes, thank you to Voodoo Ranger, and let's press on.
Alrighty, well, this latest Oxventure takes place, let's call it a good sort of week after the events of the last one.
And it was a good sort of week.
Good week.
Yeah,
Glad it was a good week.
What a great week that was.
Didn't
Just
even
sort
have
of
to use
in-
my AK.
you've just sort of been bimbling around, and no one's
I got
been
it.
framed for any... Sorry, yeah, I didn't get it. No one's been framed for any crimes, which is good news.
A new record. Have we
yeah.
got a little flip chart? 7
Yes,
days
yeah.
since last frame for a crime.
This adventuring party has gone.
7 days.
Yeah.
7
since
days.
framed.
And you find yourselves in the lovely, charming market town of Dunbridge, which is sort of a very cheerful, jolly place. You literally just arrived. Poor Seal Gaiman.
Just a
likes
sip
it too.
though.
Yeah,
Just a
well, he's
sip.
only little. It really goes to his head. I mean, he doesn't really have a head. It goes to his sort of neck head thing.
No, he goes
And as
straight
we
into his
learned-
neck.
As we learned in
top
the
body.
last week, Seal Gaiman is a mean drunk.
Yeah,
Real ornery.
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was most
Yeah.
of the week.
So you walk into the town of Dunbridge, and you're already kind of like scanning to make sure that there aren't any pubs nearby that might serve a seal too much alcohol too quickly. Seal
is, find
Gaiman is already like snuffing about, but he starts to sort of like blubber hop his way across a market square. There are lots of people sort of gadding around and doing their general day-to-day business, but there is one man in particular standing in front of sort of a large metal box that has this sort of festive umbrella over the top of it. And from it is emanating like curls of steam and a most delicious smell. And the
Scotch egg
man,
cut.
the man yells,
Gaiman back.
"Who wants to buy a hot sausage in a bun? Who wants a wiener in a roll? A meat cylinder and a long bread. Get 'em here with onions.
Cylinder and a long bread.
It's
Favourite.
Oh, hello. Yeah, can I interest you in a long pork in Bread Canyon?
Whoa, long pork.
8
No,
pieces.
no.
I haven't eaten that since my
No,
last
not the-
shipwreck.
Oh,
Oh dear.
no, this
Haven't
is
eaten that ever, is what I meant to say.
me neither. Anyway, he's sort of yeah, trying out a new recipe. Used to sell hot sandwiches, and then I thought, what about this? Get a sausage, whack it in a sort of bread that's
This man is a genius.
Bread
This man
canoe.
is a genius. Yeah.
still trying to settle on a name so far.
Smells delicious as well. I'll have one, certainly.
All right,
So
great.
easy to hold. So I could be watching my favourite sporting event probably, and it would just be straightforward to eat. I love it.
Oh yeah,
I'll take 8.
I've been your hands are going to struggle once you're having 8 of them, but I've been road testing these a bit. They go great with also a drink, a beverage. You got yeah.
Perfect.
Perhaps a
I'll
hazy
take
I'm looking for a sausage in bread with a medium mouthfeel.
Oh, we got that. Yeah. Don't worry. Onions?
Yes, please.
please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Can I ask also, and I'm
bit.
pretty sure I know the answer to this, is there a vegetarian option?
Yes.
Great, I'll have that one then, please. If that's
He
cool.
just starts loading onions into a roll.
Of course he
There it
does.
And
is.
he seems pleased with himself. He's like, I've got that sewn up. Like, there you go.
It's actually
That's
the best
more-
vegetarian option I've ever been offered. Thinks Dob to himself.
Oh gosh. Oh wow. So you what's your business in Dunbridge? He says.
Just passing through.
Bimbling.
Bimbling, yeah, mainly
You
bimbling.
probably could tell by my jaunty
By the
gait
bimble.
that we're on a
Yeah.
bimble right now.
Right.
Bimble.
Are you what are you? Are you sort of adventurers or
Yeah.
are you sort of?
Is it that obvious?
Oh.
Adventurers
Well,
is like.
Is
the
it the
most
50 foot of
charitable
hempen
word.
rope that we have about our person?
It was a bit of a giveaway.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's really interesting to meet some adventurers. Please help us. It's just you don't get you meet all sorts when you sell lengthy pig products. To all comers, help us. And,
Please don't say that when I have a mouthful of hazy
Just
IPA.
I knew you were adventurers.
I cast message. I cast message into the mind of the vendor. And I
To get the recipe, or
And I beam,
steal the recipe?
I
Yeah.
beam the message, sir. I get the sense you are in some kind of distress. Do not be alarmed. I'm communicating merely through magic.
I've taken a bite of the hot dog. How is it?
It's delicious. It's very
Okay.
good.
Sir, merely think your response.
Wait, what's a hot dog? Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Bitten a dog.
You bite a passing canine. Hot dog, you say? That was a cruel thing I've done.
You know Corazon's catchphrase, hot dog. That was a cruel thing I've done.
Diggity hot dog, yeah. Says Corazon the pirate.
Get it on a t-shirt.
All right. Yes, merely think your response, and I will be able to hear it without us moving our lips.
Which one are you? His voice in your head sounds like he's trying to be a ventriloquist, like he's not moving his mind mouth.
Okay. I think back. I'm the one with the loot and all of the onions.
Okay.
Yep,
he
that's
turns
me, yes.
to you, all just grinning. The rest of you were like, "What is?" Because Dob is there now, just doing this, while a man with
I'm
like
pouring with sweat.
a grin plastered on his face just stares at Dob.
I take advantage of his distraction to take 2 more sausages in buns.
Okay, done. Yeah. He's got one of those, like the undulating racks where he just stacks loads of them.
Oh, the
Kind of like
rolly deals.
yeah. It's worked by a hand crank. He's still doing that, but he doesn't notice you taking his goods. It's just like inside your head.
Some-
Yeah, go on.
If Corazon's eaten some of those kinds of sausages, it feels like a constitution check to me.
Oh, the ones that I've done.
Like the ones.
No.
The ones like the ones
Well, then
at
it's
the
a good
cinema.
thing you're not the DM, isn't it, Luke?
You know, the ones that are like always a mistake to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Sorry.
Look, Corazon, you feel stronger than you ever have in your life.
Man, my constitution feels great, I say
Yep.
out loud.
In your head, Dob, you hear it's the king. He's horrible. You've got to help us get rid of him.
Okay, point us to the castle and tell us how you would like him removed.
It's not really a castle. We didn't have a king until 2 weeks ago, and now we have one, and he's awful.
What makes him so awful?
Just look, it's easier if I can tell you this out loud. So, why don't you just ask me
I can't
about tourism?
talk. You communicate like this.
Dom
I look
never
at
learned
Dom.
to talk.
Ask me about tourism in Dunbridge.
Okay, all right, and I will now break the magical spell. Do not be alarmed, for it is merely magic.
Okay.
And I uncast message. Tell me about tourism in here.
Oh, what a
Right,
great
man.
question! I am
Dob, what a terrible
extremely.
question, I say. I've got one sausage in my mouth, one in each hand. And I'm trying to talk to Dob like this. I'm like, Dob, why are you asking about tourism? We're just going to leave. I mean, the only thing this town's got going for it is these delicious sausages in buns.
Corazon, when you grow up in the woods, you learn how to take care of yourself, and my number one tip would be ask everyone what's this
About
place like for
tourism.
tourism. Yeah,
Right, sure.
because it's often
Well-
code.
All right.
Why don't you all help yourselves to another hog in a long bread for free, and I will tell you about tourism while you wait.
Yes, I will definitely
This-
take another column of ham in a long bread, please.
Thank you, great.
You keep describing it in ways where I cannot bring myself to eat it. I throw another one on my shoulder.
Oh, hot dog, he says. What a cool thing you've done. He says, Dunbridge is a historical market town that, until very recently, has never had a ruler. Instead, we had a legendary sword in a stone on the village green. And as the legend went, if anyone were able to pull the sword out on the sword-pulling festival day, they would be crowned King of Dunbridge. Every year, we have a festival where the whole town lines up and, in turn, they try to pull the sword from the stone. And this year, Linton, who was formerly the butcher's apprentice, only went and did it. He's now the king, King Linton of Dunbridge. Praise his name.
Seems like a bad system for electing a ruler, I'm going to say.
No. It was fate.
Oh,
Was he pure of heart or something? You know, is
He
there
was
any?
just
Yeah, what are the
strong of
criteria for
arm.
getting
Yeah.
the sword out?
you just got to be hench.
As King
Did you just have good
Linton-
leverage or what?
As King Linton himself commands, on
Good at opening
penalty
jars.
of some pretty weird and humiliating punishments, it was the sword's will, and that is not to be questioned.
Oh.
Prudence, make me a wisdom perception check, please.
Okay. Shall do. Alright. Okay. That's a 16.
Okay, you notice, like, he is looking at you, and his eyes flick downwards to, like, the hot, flat stove of his cart. And
Okay.
he has skillfully spelt out in little onions, like, do not criticize king, spies everywhere.
Wow.
I scoop up
Okay.
the onions and put them on my sausage bun.
Oh,
I
I'm
did. I saw
one, I
them.
think.
I
You
did
did
see
see
them.
it.
I did
Yeah.
see them.
You're just inserting them. Cora's like, oh.
Like a hot dog eating contest, you just let them slip down. Just open your trachea and let them slip down, yeah.
It's hard to get fresh meat at sea. Making the most of it.
Seagull.
Yeah, I'm sick of seagull. Had an albatross the other day. It's very bad omens.
Where might we find this good King Linton that we might do fealty to him, sir?
What do you want to do? Fealty to the king? That sounds
King?
like jerk talk. Dog, I say, scooping up another sausage.
I give
King-
Corazon a meaningful look.
Dog,
I
why
have to
are you looking weird? What's wrong with your eyes?
It's a look as
Do you
if
need
to
more
say,
sausages in
Do you have
buns?
it?
Here,
Yeah.
have this one.
Do you have indigestion, Dob?
Yeah.
From all those
Oh
onions
my god.
you've been eating.
Dob's choking, I say, and I start to give him a Heimlich
Corazon.
maneuver. What?
I just heard some guy walk past. He said, "You can't eat 20 of those in 5 minutes."
Well, I'll prove you wrong, I say. I eat 20 of them in 5 minutes.
Now you make a constitution saving.
Yeah.
So does my green screen, apparently.
Stroby.
That's
We'll
a 6.
see how that. You get through. In fairness, 18 of them before you
nice.
realise that you might be having some form of medical disaster. Before now, you couldn't have consciously described what it feels like to definitely feel like a mouthful of something enter your lung. But you're pretty sure that there is now like a bite of long bread, bread meat guy just rattling around in one of your lungs.
Long bread meat guy.
Long bread meat guy. That's the one. We
I
know.
showed
I say,
him.
I say,
showed
don't worry,
everyone.
Corazon, and I put my hand in his mouth and cast Cure Wounds.
Ah,
Okay. All right. The chunk of hot dog is absorbed by your lung.
nice. I turned to the man. Anyway, as you can see, we're adventurous.
And very capable ones at that.
And very hungry ones. Haha. King Linton resides in his mead hall, which, until 2 weeks ago, was the most popular pub in town. It's now called the King's Mead Hall. He is there with his advisor, Gwendolyn the Wise, and I'm sure will be happy to meet you and dispense orders to adventurers such as yourselves.
Could you point us in the direction of the mead hall, good sir?
Oh,
And also the hospital.
absolutely.
For my friend here has the worst case of pork lung I've ever seen.
Absolutely. You may find the mead hall just yonder. It overlooks the village green, in fact. Next to it is the apothecary. They deal with a lot of pork lung.
I've got a bad case of lung bread.
Well, if anyone asks, you didn't get it from me.
All right. Dob, okay, we'll walk away from the guy. I said, Dob, what was all that about? You seem to be interested in talking to that weirdo.
Yes,
Why?
I conduct because this King Linton, who recently
Yes.
became king,
Did you get a quest?
You picked up a quest. We just
I
came
would
for
say-
Go
food.
5 minutes without having a quest. Just trying to have
Look.
lunch.
Look, if you don't want to do quests, then then you're in the wrong game. Also, maybe I think we should stop.
This is
calling
a game
ourselves-
to you.
I think we should stop calling ourselves adventurers because, like, you wouldn't say, for example, did you hear about the adventurers who burned down that village?
Yeah?
What do you want to call us then?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like there must be a word. that's
Independent
slightly-
contractors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds sinister enough to describe what we are.
Unpredictable
Okay, look.
rowdies. How about that?
Look,
That's good.
unpredictable rowdies. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. Unpredictable rowdies. Well, look. we can get this group of unpredictable rowdies slightly back more on the straight and narrow. I think if maybe we help this town out by
we burn
deposing.
down the king.
If we burn down the king.
Okay.
Apparently,
Alright,
this
well,
King
I haven't
Linton,
got any-
apparently he's not
Haven't got
all
any
he's cracked
plans
up
for
to
the
be.
afternoon. May as well burn down a
Yeah.
king.
I think we should go to the mead hall, find out what's up with King Linton, see if / why he is bad.
All right.
Sounds good. Should we go to
And
this tavern?
Yeah, and we can go there in the guise of just being, just rambunctious fellows who are looking for work.
Before we do, can I check out this sword stone plinth deal?
Absolutely,
I'm just
yes.
interested. I would just like to check it out.
Yeah, well, the mead hall itself does overlook the village green where you see the plinth. It is sort of a stone square, and in the middle is very much kind of like you've heard the ballad of the Ocarina of Time,
No,
Who hasn't?
arranged for Pennywhistle. It is sort of just a chink like sort of hard edged like chung plinth that a sword might go in and come out of at points depending on how old you are.
Cool.
Sorry, that was an Ocarina of Time joke. That was that's not me actually
Landed.
feeding into how this works. Okay, great. So there's just an empty plinth there, but there is now a very ostentatious plaque that reads like "'Twas here fabulous King Linton I was revealed in his true splendour to be the true and rightful king of Dunbridge, this plaque erected by order, King Linton of Dunbridge, all hail and praise King Linton of Dunbridge. Signed, King Linton of Dunbridge.
The way this Linton is talking sounds a lot like what I would do. So I would just like to check this plinth for any sort of mechanical...
I just want to check it's not me.
No, well, yeah, that, but also, I want to check I didn't get drunk and proclaim myself King Linton.
That's what we did in the last week.
Yeah. I'd like to check the plinth for like any mechanical machinations, anything like
Okay,
that.
sure. Yeah, make me an intelligence investigation roll, please.
Okay.
I know I went on a rager with Seal Gaiman at some point. Did I make myself the King of Dunbridge?
You hangover.
We look up at a bronze statue of King Linton and it's Coronation.
What did you get?
13, but my my various modifiers bring it up to a 20.
Wonderful. So you remember that actually no, you're the yeoman of Tanner's Folly now.
Oh, of course.
That's what you and Seal Gaiman got up to. But you also find you look over the plinth and you're like, well, no, this is a fairly standard looking plinth. Like, and you kind of rap on the stone. The stone seems solid, and you start tapping your foot to be like, what? Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets. And you realise that you hear a slight echo of your tap coming back through the slot from which the blade emerged. It appears that there is some sort of hollow space beneath the plinth.
All right, folks. I think there's something awry about this whole plinth setup. I can feel there's something underneath here, some sort of hollow space underneath the plinth. I reckon he probably had someone under there, maybe holding onto it with some pliers or something. I don't know, some kind of situation where he was able to fix the sword pulling ceremony and therefore fraudulently become king.
How about this?
What?
We erect a tent over the plinth and put up a sign saying that we're like spraying for bugs or something.
Plinth
And then-
renovations.
Yeah, renovations, but we're renovating the bugs.
Yeah.
And then once that's done, inside the tent, we can like lift up the plinth, smash it down, whatever, and see what's going on inside mechanically.
What we could
Find out
do
what's going on in there.
even better than like I really like the bug idea, but
Thank
we
you, Merwin.
might need to feed into his ego a little bit more. So if we say that we're erecting a monument to commemorate the day that it was, like to add a plaque, we're adding
That's
a plaque.
good. We can say we're
There
from
is already a plaque.
But like,
But we
like
can
a
say
special...
we're from the neighbouring town and they wish to add like an extra testimonial to the good relations of the towns and, you know, something like that.
But I like the tent idea. I want to see what's under this plinth.
Yep. All right, I rig up a tent. It's jolly and made of jolly
Well,
canvas.
Before we do that, should we introduce ourselves to the king and say we're a...
I think we should. He might be
We're a
abundantly
contingent.
wealthy.
Yeah.
He might have a need of a bunch of, what did you call us?
Independent
Rowdies?
contractors. Or,
Oh yeah, independent rowdies.
Yeah.
He might have need of us to go and
Unpredictable rowdies.
bring the hammer down on his.
Well, yeah.
On
or
his,
we could say we're
subjects.
or we could say we're wise to his sword scheme, and you know,
Oh, blackmail.
we'll forget about it if he
Blackmail. Oh,
makes it worth
yeah.
our while.
We just
Either
go in
way,
and, like-
we should get the measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think first go in like softly, gently, like, hey, how you doing? You know, butter him up a
All
little
right.
bit.
Merowyn is our ambassador.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
All right, Merowyn's up front.
Well, okay, just
Okay.
Merylwen go in on your own, and then
Yeah.
like we've got other options rather than us all turning up with this one plan, because we could pretend to be
I'll
an
go. I wanna
emissary
meet
from
this-
another town.
I want to meet the local king.
Let's
All right,
yes,
County King.
I do think Merowyn should lead the party and open negotiations with, hey, how you doing?
Hey, King
But
Bee.
like, if it doesn't work, we could have a second option, which is where I pretend to be an emissary from another town, wanting to add a plaque to it, and then you know.
A secondary.
Secondary
Yeah.
plan
Okay.
just gets
Okay.
fucked.
Back up. Redundancies.
Should we just go to the
Cool.
tavern then? Is that the plan?
Yeah, sounds
That
good.
was actually the plan all along.
Yes. All right. Let's go to the tavern.
Woo!
Okay, there are... it looks like a perfectly ordinary pub, except that the sign has been hastily whitewashed, and over the top someone has painted King's Mead Hall. And then there's a crown and a sword.
Can we hear anything from outside?
Yes. You can hear sort of a weird, high-pitched, not frantic, but sort of very angular noise, kind of like someone is playing a concertina badly, you know? Or like just really going to town on some bagpipes, or just like, you know, when people just attack a violin? Like...
Oh.
You can hear that sort of sound from outside.
I'm
Well,
really
let's get
sad
in there.
about the branding, though. There's about 50 of these. If you look for any of these, if you ask, you know, your local Sir Googleth, there's about 50 that turn up. It's ridiculous. So they need to keep the unique names of these mead halls.
Cool.
Yes, indeed. Pretty soon they're going to have completely homogenous names, so that there'll be only one pub left without the same name. It's all bar one, that they'll say. All bar one of our pubs
There it is!
has a
That was
unique
the
name.
wind up! There was
The
there
knockout
it
punch.
was.
I set it up, he knocked it out. Yeah.
The mead hall collapses, and
That felt, I don't think
Kills everyone inside.
I don't think that took a full minute, but it felt like a full minute to me.
it really did, didn't it?
Let's go in this pub and talk to this
Go in the
king.
pub. Let's go in the pub.
Pub.
There are two
Exhausted, we
guards.
stagger into the pub.
There are two guards on the door. They are identifiable by the yellow sort of swathes of cloth they have tied to their arms, with little identification cards. And they say, "Halt! What is your business coming to the King's Mead Hall?"
Mead.
Oh, Merylwen.
Oh no, Marilyn, go.
Well, indeed, mead. We would like to taste the wonderful mead of this
Is this
town.
a poem?
But
The need for mead.
the need
Yeah.
for
I feel
What's the need?
the need for mead.
Is any of this working?
But we would like to meet the king. We have heard stories of him, and we would like to come and offer our services as adventurers to him if he has need of us.
Very well, we will see if the king will receive you. Are you quite sure about this?
Yes.
Really?
Why would
Now
why
I'm
not?
even more sure.
Why not?
Okay.
Let's talk more court.
One of them ducks in, and you hear like from inside. The guard sort of stands there and it's like, "New to Dunbridge?"
Yeah. Just arrived today.
Beautiful
You
You
had a-
yourself?
Yep. No, I've been here a while.
Cool. You
you
like
asked-
it? Oh, sorry, dog. Go on.
I was just gonna. Have you been in this job long, or for example, 2 weeks ago, were you doing
About-
something different?
About 2 weeks, yep.
Okay.
Have you had a picky javelin in a
Yes,
In a-
many
in a-
picky
in-
javelins have been
in
consumed.
a bread hammock? They're good, aren't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good.
they? All right.
But the onions are especially good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go see if the other guard opens the door and is like, "You can go in now."
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm still outside.
Right,
I'm
let's
I'm
go.
enjoying a pig torpedo in a bread flume.
I say, Horizon,
getting worse.
put down that pork sword resting in a bread bath. We've got a meeting with the king.
Ah.
That's the worst one.
You enter the meat hall. It is. You can see that it was once an ordinary tavern, but it's like somebody cleared away all the tables and chairs and smashed them up and used them to construct some form of throne that now sits upon what used to be the bar. And as you enter, you realise that the weird scraping sort of violin noise was in fact a person's voice. That voice belongs to sort of a very sort of just
A real
spindly,
Joffrey is what you're saying. A real
very
Joffrey.
clearly very angsty sort of late teen. One of those people who doesn't seem to have nerve endings in their top lip, because if they did, they would surely notice that their nose is running and do something about it.
Oh.
You know those people who are just like constantly just, and you're like that.
Tissue.
And he's there going, "I'm not comfortable. You wanted to bring me another pillow? I'm your king." and I want to be comfortable. And there is a woman nearby who's standing there, sort of looking quite beleaguered in a fine flowing dress. Sort of marks her as a very important person in the town. Goes, yes, my lord, I will see to it that you're brought another pillow. I hope this one is to your liking, because as you'll remember, sire, you did cast all of the pillows off the throne not 20 minutes ago and demand they were burned in the street. So I know what I did. It was a royal decree. Fetch a pillow. And he turns and goes, you, who are you? What do you want? I'm the king. I'm King Linton of Dunbridge. Don't you forget it.
Yes, hello, King Linton. We have heard of your greatness, and we have travelled here to offer up our services as adventurers to you.
Well, what can you do?
All
You don't
sorts.
look like you can do much.
Dob can do a backflip.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
Dob?
Show him, Dob.
I am the one known as Dob, I say.
Okay.
Do it quick.
Would my lord
Backflip.
care to see a backflip?
Yes, do one.
Alright, I do one quickly.
Make me a Dex acrobatics roll, please.
1.
Oh no, Dob. Oh no.
You.
Oh no.
You know when
No,
someone's.
before I do it, I
It's
say,
fine.
hey, you look like a young king. Well, I'm hip to the vibe. Let's rap. And then I do the
Dob
backflip.
starts flossing.
And then I attempt the backflip.
Dob dabs,
You know-
dabs quickly, and then
You just what? And then you know when people are running on ice and they slip and send their feet up in such a way that they basically punch the ground with the back of their head and their shoulders. There's a crunch. And he goes, if I wanted a court jester, I would have asked for one. That was a bad backflip. Terrible.
That's
He's-
very
he's-
reasonable of you, sir.
You okay, Dob? You,
Oh, I'll
Dob?
be fine. It's just my spinal cord.
Okay. Oh, sorry. It's you know how it is when you have to perform on the spot. And it's just a little bit.
No,
He's-
I'm a king. I was born for greatness.
Yes, you were. Can I ask, was that you singing earlier? You had a beautiful voice.
I wasn't singing. I was talking to my subjects. I was giving royal decrees about things I want. For instance, I want... are you really adventurers?
Yes.
Right. Then I want someone to take me on a hunt. I want to hunt something. And I want the elf... You're an elf. I want the elf to sing me a song about elves and things. And I want a hot chocolate.
Okay. I don't have a song about elves at the moment.
From
I
the floor, I
wasn't
bring round my
asking.
lute and I say,
But I do
follow
have
my lead.
I do have a song about you, my lord.
I don't want to hear about me. I know
it
about
comes.
me. I'm great. The plaque said so on the lawn.
This is a song written by the elves. It is an elven song about
Ugh.
you.
Just sing it.
Okay. Good King Linton tooketh out the sword from the stone.
Yes, I did.
How he did it, we all know. Divine right alone.
That's right. That's correct.
We're all happy that he's king. Our
Yeah.
lives are all great now.
There they are.
And when we look upon his face, we
Yeah.
can't help but say, wow.
That was good.
Very good.
That was good. Finally, someone in my kingdom does something right. Anyway, right, it's nap time. Send the guards out. Nap time for everyone. Everyone goes, ugh. And a bell starts ringing. They've had to hook up a bell to the top of the... It was the bell to call last orders. Now it's in the rafters because he wants a bell for official proclamations. And they're like, ding, 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 ding. And from a back room, about 30 men just go, ugh, draw swords. And they go out. And you hear them go out into the town and knock on doors and go, by royal decree, it's nap time. Please open up and get into your beds. It is nap time. Everybody must go to sleep. And they
why?
go off. They go off putting an
bold new
entire
ideas, this king. I like it.
an entire town to bed for nap time.
From the floor, I would like to just look around and see if I can see any characters who might fit the description of Gwendolyn the Wise.
Gwendolyn the Wise is absolutely the woman in the dress who's just standing there like, well, how did it come to this?
Is the sword here? Is the sword itself here?
Yes, the sword is across Linton's lap. He is not keen on having people forget the fact that he is king by decree of the sword. You can make me a wisdom perception check to see how much of it you can see from where you are.
Sure, why not? That is a 15 minus 1, 14.
Okay, it is a pretty ordinary looking sword, to be perfectly honest with you. You're like, I mean, if I was going to stake an entire system of governance on a blade, I'd pick a nicer blade. But it does have one interesting feature in that sort of 2/3 of the way along the blade, there is a hole in the sword, which Linton appears to have sort of taken as like a really cool design on the sword. You know how some have like notches in them and some have like handguards shaped like dragons and stuff. He has really poorly embroidered on his doublet. He has a sword with a hole in it. And his crown, such as it is like a wood circlet, but it's got a piece of metal in it, which is like just in the shape of a sword, and it's got a little like precious stone hammered into the blade to sit in the centre of his forehead. And he's there going, right, it's nap time. I'm going to have a nap. But when I wake up, I want a hot chocolate, which means one of you has to find a goat and milk it and heat that up and melt chocolate in it. And then you're going to take me hunting.
Okay.
Great!
Yes, my king. Nap time?
Yeah.
Anyone?
I'm already napping. I'm napping already.
Yeah.
I think we better make sure that Dob doesn't have a nap time, just in case. He has
You
to
should
be-
really
yeah.
keep
Don't
him
go
away.
towards the light.
Folks, I could really go for a nap.
No, Dob. You come
You are
with me.
you are on your way to the apothecary at least for the old pork lung.
I finished my ham stalactite in a bread pipe, so I'm going to walk in.
Well, who's this now? Why isn't he napping? Who are you?
Me? Oh, I'm sword inspector.
Sword inspector?
Yeah, I've been sent from the High Council. Just inspecting swords, just making sure they're all in order. Have you got any swords that need inspecting?
Yeah. Yes.
May
It
I
doesn't need
inspect it?
inspecting. No, I'm the king. It's my sword.
Well, all right. But I'm just saying, if it goes uninspected, it could go off.
Give me a charisma persuasion check, please.
Can I?
He rolled real bad. Come on, Corazon.
Come on, Corazon.
You got this.
Wouldn't want it to go off while it's in your lap.
It's 15.
But I need this sword. This sword chose me for king. It's important that people see it as a symbol of my authority. What do you mean it can go off?
I'm just saying it might go off and accidentally go back into you and into your eye and then your brain, killing you.
What?
Yeah. Oh no, it
That
happens
could
all the
happen?
time. Yeah, it happens all the time. That's why we have sword inspectors. Because
He's just pointing at your eye patch now. Like,
I speak from experience. I was
Hazards of the job.
I had a sword. It's probably a situation you can't relate to, but I pulled it out of a stone and was made king of my town. And I was ruling over the town. Everything was great. I was getting everything I wanted. Then the sword went off into my eye, and suddenly I lost all respect with my people. And anyway, they ran me out of town on a rail. The only job I could get was a sword inspector. It's a pretty terrible life for me. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't want to take up any more of your time.
No. I don't want to live a wretched life as like you. Look at you. I mean, it must be horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I'd
terrible
hate
business.
to be you.
All right. Well, shall I take?
Yeah,
inspect
yeah,
it?
come
All right,
here.
right.
What is your name, Sword Inspector?
It's Swordman Jones.
Swordman
the third.
Jones.
Yeah, Swordman Jones the third.
That sounds like that thing where your name is the num did.
Nominative determinism.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn the Wise is like, yeah, it's nominative. Nominative determinism, my lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wow.
So
Yeah,
learned,
so ironic.
our king.
Ironic,
so
really.
learned.
Here's my sword. Look
Cool.
at it.
All right. I just need to go and get a look at this in the daylight. Just make sure it's
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Guards! 10 more men come out. He's like, I'm going outside with Mr. Numb Swords. We're going outside. Protect me from assassins. We shall go together. I'm not having you laying false claim to my throne.
How would that work? How would you be able to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like I'm here to stop evil plots, not form them.
That's fine.
Right.
That's fine.
But you've got to know the evil plots to protect against them, right? So how would someone, for example, usurp you?
As this is happening, I turn to Dob and I say, destruction. 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 Do a destruction.
I don't.
Anyway,
He could shove me over and take it, or he could throw it in a tree.
What a horrifying thought.
Yes. What do you want, bad gymnast man?
My lord, I humbly beg a second chance. Please let me caper around for your delight just once more.
Alright, but if you do it again, then you're going to be dead. Not just because I think it will literally kill you, but because I'll have you killed for wasting my time.
Okay, but the thing is, my lord, if I might begin by explaining to you, and I'm sort of like shoot a few glances at Corazon as I say this to indicate that the distraction is already underway.
Here's the
I would
distraction.
explain to you, my lord, that the thing about back.
At this point, I'm trying to get out of the room with the swords without being
Okay,
seen.
make me a dexterity stealth check. And, Dob, can you make me a charisma persuasion check, please?
Yeah. 13.
14.
Yeah, wouldn't worry about Linton, the King of Dunbridge.
He's rolling exactly as I imagined he would roll.
Yeah, he is. He is not a high roller. Just, get on with it. Shut up, elf.
I reach out and put my arm on the shoulder of one of the guards and cast invisibility to turn the guard invisible.
Okay.
And go, where did they go?
Oh!
There must be some sort of magic assassin in the building. Seal
Wait.
exits.
Where have I gone?
Everyone
You hear from the
outside.
guard. Oh, but they're all out making nap time. I need my sword. I need a sword. I
Quick,
must
Your
defend
Highness,
myself.
the safest place is outside where we can inspect your sword in the daylight.
But that's where I wanted to go. Oh!
Quite.
Okay, Corazon, you snuck outside with the sword, and you probably have about 20 seconds before Dob's distraction just turns tail and comes straight at you.
Well, that's fine. They can all emerge from the tent to discover that I have replaced the sword in the stone.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Yeah, all right. So they come out in the mead hall. You did erect the tent around the plinth, didn't you?
I don't
Yeah.
think
You tell us,
got
Johnny.
round to it.
Did we?
I picked it.
You did
Yeah.
not. There is a tent next to it, but no, you did not remember to
Okay.
pitch it.
Yeah.
You've put the sword back in the stone.
I've locked it into place in the plinth.
How?
You tell me. So I put the sword into the stone. Does it go easily back in and out?
Yep.
What is it, Merylwyn?
The circle, they put a thing through the circle so that it couldn't come up through the thing.
Yeah, it's it goes through the hole, but we don't
Goes
have any
that
way
puts
of.
in.
I mean, yeah,
You
probably.
put the
So,
thing.
yeah. Okay,
But
so
you
if
put a
it
little
doesn't lock
peg
if it
in.
doesn't lock into place,
Anyone
yeah,
can pick it out.
Yeah, so I would like to attempt to secure it with something that will hold it into position, knowing what I do with the sword's mechanism.
I could use my flame breath to try and weld it to the stone.
You're not here, Egbert. You're still in the tent with the others. This is
Still
a
in the
stealth solo
mead
mission.
hall.
In the mead hall, I'm not in a tent. Yeah, I'm being distracted quite a lot by Dom. To be fair.
Okay. So, I'm trying to think of a way that you could do this from above ground.
He had an accomplice.
If there isn't a way, then I can't do it, and we'll have to figure it out later. But I would just.
You're like, sword goes
looking
in,
at it.
sword comes out. Sword goes in, sword comes out. I think you have worked out definitely from just having a good gander at the sword and actually inspecting it, and from your deductions earlier on the plinth, that there is definitely some form of space beneath the lawn, and that it was probably secured by some form of pin from beneath. Could you just make me another wisdom perception roll to have a look at the sword again itself?
16.
Okay. The sword, while obviously some attempts have been made to sharpen its edges, now it's become sort of a functional weapon of a king. The sword is still kind of like, it's got quite a dimply sort of texture, not just on the blade, but it goes over the blade and onto the sort of the pommel and the handle. And you realise this is all sort of one piece of cast metal that also has sort of like quite a lot of green verdigris on it and like 1 or 2 flecks of moss. And you realise that this thing is and always has been designed to just be a lawn ornament. Like,
Right.
not once has this been a functional sword. It was probably bought at some form of ye-old garden centre.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Well, I've replaced it in the stone. I think that's all I've had time to do.
Okay, the king comes out and is like, "Oh, no, my sword! Why is it back in the plinth?"
Yeah. So I was just holding it, and then it floated out of my hand, replaced itself in the plinth, and demanded that the trial be run again for king.
That's because you're not the king?
Yeah.
Like, he goes to grab it.
Oh, he goes to grab it. I cast
Yeah.
Mage Hand
To try and resist it.
to grip the sword from beneath.
To hold it down.
Yeah.
Is
Or
Mage
to
Hand
hold it down
invisible?
from above.
Does
Mage
it,
Hand is
look like,
invisible.
does it look like a big... Oh, it's invisible.
It's invisible. Yeah.
There.
I was picturing like the big Smash Brothers hand, just like...
It hovers above his head and does that, and that's when you know it's really going to kick off. It lasts for the blah, you can manipulate an object. Yeah, alright. Yeah, he's like...
Oh.
And the sword is kind of... It jerks up, but then it's pulled back down.
Interesting.
That's
my
not
liege.
funny. It's not. That's not how it works. You can't just put the sword back and say I'm not king.
Seems to me that you can't withdraw it from the stone, then you aren't king. I think maybe
Well, I
we
already
need to
did, so I am.
Well, it's gone back in there, so I think we need to rerun the whole king choosing process. Let me have a go, I say.
No, I
walking
don't.
up.
Okay, go on. Yeah,
Alright.
go for it.
All right, I cancel Mage Hand and pull the sword out.
Our king! Our king!
Hail!
Hail! King Swordman
This
Jones!
is fair. This is fair.
Swordman Jones.
He
Swordman Jones.
Swordman Jones.
he yells. He yells for the city guards.
Oh.
And the brave.
Cause stop them! They're already doing a ballad about it. They're trying to steal my kingdom. Stop them!
I strike a kingly pose with the sword across my shoulder.
Someone cast a statue of this brave man, I say.
Sword shape, sword shape. I mean, stone shape. Merwin, stone shape
guards.
statue, real quick.
Okay, I stone shape a statue.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, while a lay is being sung about this new king's deeds and a stone-shaped statue is being made.
I would also like to look at the guards and be like, I don't know how everyone else feels about a different king.
Time for a change.
The guards draw their swords and surround Corazon, and like one man steps forward and goes, "Excuse me, traveller. What is your name?"
I'm King Swordsman Jones, and I would prefer it if you didn't draw weapons on your king, sir.
Well, it has been alleged that you have committed a foul magic in order to seize the sword. Can you tell me what happened here today?
Yeah, well, I'm a sword inspector from the High Council. I came down here to inspect this sword. I left the tent, and all of a sudden, the sword replaced itself in the stone. I thought, well, the king, obviously, by divine right, will be able to draw the sword out again without any problems. It turned out that he couldn't do it. So I thought to myself, well, this is rum. This is a rum situation. So I went
This
over there
is
just to
grave
check
news
everything was okay.
indeed.
And I pulled the sword myself, and it came free from the stone, easy as you like. And then the sword whispered to me that I was the one true king, I think it said. It was, I know, a lot of people were shouting stuff.
I'm going to whisper to Corazon, quick, proclaim a national holiday. They'll love that.
Yeah.
That's how you get them on side.
Let's do a royal wedding.
Anyway, the thing I want to say is that I'm declaring it my coronation day and free mead for everyone. It's a holiday, everyone gets the day off work, and you get free mead, all paid for by your lovely new king.
and the king shall choose his bride, I proclaim.
Wait,
We'll get to that in a minute. Royal Jester.
are you
Oh,
saying
wait.
that you want to start your reign here by giving everybody the day off and getting them hammered on mead?
Yeah. Sounds good to me, right?
They all sort of lower their swords a bit. They're like, well, I'm convinced. What about you?
And I'll reopen the King's Mead House to everyone. It's now the King's Bounty. It's a tavern, and the mead is free.
A slightly older, more grizzled guard says, "Wait, stop! Tell me about your other policies."
Oh.
As if they care about the policies. It's a
But-
popularity contest, surely.
Everyone else is like, "Oh, here he goes."
I reach behind my back, and I cast Minor Illusion, and I produce a royal baby!
A baby was born on this wonderful day. A baby, let's
Here it
all
is.
stop questioning
Where did
the
that come
monarchy.
from?
Everybody, hail to the King Baby, I say.
Baby!
One of the guards produces a horn and goes, and the people, fresh from their nap time, like casting off nightcaps and tearing off pajamas that they had to hastily throw on at sword point over
I
their
stumble out of
normal
the mead hall.
clothes.
So what's going on out here? I've been napping this whole time. in the
Of
mead
course.
hall.
Well, you emerge just in time to see the sort of older guard approach
Not
Linton,
much has
who
happened,
right now,
sorry.
Linton is right now jumping up and down and insisting that all the guards execute Corazon forthwith. He goes, "Halt! You violated the law!" "Well, you haven't, but you're not the king anymore, Linton. Not the king anymore. Go back to being a butcher's boy. This is the king." And the other guy goes, "Yes, all hail the new king.
At this point,
King
can I-
Swordman Jones.
Swordsman Jones. That's
King
me.
Swordsman
First of his
Jones."
name.
Swordsman Jones! Can I take
I
you to
fire
the
some.
side
I'm gonna
at this
fire
point?
some bombs into the sky using my crossbow for a fireworks display.
But not directly up.
No,
Right.
well,
Me
sort
for
of
everyone.
away from the village.
Yeah.
So I turn to the
Okey-dokey.
others and I go, see? Easy.
All right, cracked it.
I rush into the mead hall and get some plates and start painting pictures of the royal baby on them.
Okay. Yeah.
and handing them out to villagers. Commemorative plates of the royal baby.
Oh, well, surely you must accept some money for these. These are wonderful.
They are.
They
they're
give you
very
a surprising amount of money for a plate.
Yeah, they are surprisingly dear. Well, limited
Yep.
edition. It's
Um,
a collectible. At
Uh,
this point, can I take Linton aside?
yes.
All right, I take Linton aside and I'm like, man, tough break, Linton. One day you're the king, next day you're the butcher's boy, and
I
day
am
after
the
that-
king. No, that's you got it the wrong way round. I was the butcher's boy, and then I was the king, and I still am. If
I
you
go past on the shoulders of my subjects going, King, King.
if you help me retake the throne, I'll make you my best pal.
Linton, I would.
Sounds like a deal.
Right?
Charisma persuasion check, Johnny.
All right, make me a wisdom insight check, please, Dob.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that's Linton's best roll yet.
Was it with
It's a
insight?
3.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, it wasn't that good. You're like, oh, this. You're like, I still resent this little square, but at the same time, like, I kind of pity him as well. But it's not. You don't pity him enough to become his friend.
No, not his friend, but I don't become his friend. But I would like to pretend like I'd like to sort of.
Oh, you're gonna lie to him about becoming his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally, we should hang out sometime.
Linton, we should like really soon like get drinks or something. Like, tell me, how, like
I'm free
To help-
whenever.
to help.
How's now?
Wait, let me. I just remembered. Annoying. There's a.
What have you got something on?
Here's the thing. The
Are
thing
you
I've got
doing
on,
something?
Linton-
Have you got plans?
Yeah, Linton. Let me tell you.
Can
my
I
plan.
come?
My plan is get you back on the throne. All right. And the
Well,
quickest
that's
way for
my
me to do
plan.
that. Yeah, Linton, we're sharing the same plan.
No, you're doing my plan.
Linton,
What?
the quickest way for me to help you get back on the throne that we both agree you so richly deserve
Thank
is for
you.
you to tell me how you claimed it in the first place.
By divine right.
Linton, be honest with me, your best friend Dob.
I thought your name was Banner Acrobatics Man.
Well, Linton, I guess we're learning a lot about each other today, aren't we?
Maybe.
I guess.
What is it? What does DOB stand for? Dumb old backflip.
It does now.
Boom, got him. Roasted.
Alright, dumb old backflip. I'll show you, but you can't tell anyone. Otherwise, I'll make you not my best pal.
That's harsh but fair. I agree to the terms.
He was like, alright, come with me. He leads you down sort of the hill from the village green, where there is like a small drainage sort of tunnel. There's like a grate and like a little teeny tunnel where just a stream has sort of run through. It goes beneath the hill, sort of a decorative fountain sort of thing. It really is quite a nice market town. And he lifts it up and he goes, follow me, come on. And he leads you basically under the hill and directly beneath the plinth. You can see sort of a little shaft of light shining down from where the sword once was removed. He goes, it's really easy. He goes, oh, here it is. And there's a metal pin. And he goes, this is to secure the sword. And I found out just before the Festival of the Sword Day, so I replaced it. And he holds up 2 halves of a broken bone. It's like, this is a bone. I put it in. I have access to them because I was the butcher's boy. And everyone was pulling really hard, which didn't break the bone. But if you push, then it breaks the bone, and then you pull. So no one knew how to do it, but I did. And then, I'm the king. And I still am the king.
I look at Linton and I say, Linton, Linton, Linton.
You asked.
That is bloody genius. How did no one else think of this?
Right?
I mean,
Oh
look,
no.
it's not for me to tell another town how to govern itself. And frankly, if these are the terms of how to become king, and you're the only one who figured out this ingenious solution with the bone and the pushing, not pulling, I think maybe you are the rightful king, Linton.
Thank you. All right, well, let's get me back on the throne then.
Let's go get the imposter king.
I wonder what Dob's doing right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, above ground, the people of the town,
Yeah.
which number some 3,000, have lined the streets and are absolutely insisting that the king walks past them with the baby several times. They're like...
Baby.
You basically, you're walking down, and the minute you pass people, they leg it to the next parade route, and they're like, now do this way! Marilyn, what were you going to say?
I'm still making the Corazon statue. So
Canst thou hear this?
I can't hear this.
Canst thou? Maketh me a wisdom perception
I would
roll
like to try.
with an d20.
That's a 19.
You canst hear this. Yes, you
'Cause
hear.
it's quite
you hear.
echoey.
The bone
Yes.
I'm
talk.
like, oh, I can hear this.
You hear the bone talk.
And
You also hear Dob saying that he's going to put Linton back on the throne.
Probably. That was, if any,
the new
if
quest.
any, yeah, that was the loudest part, if anything. Meanwhile, Egbert, you have been co-opted by the man who sells the pig rods in bread hammocks.
Yes.
He wants you to fire free ones out to the crowd with your crossbow.
All right, I'm going to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I load them in, and I hope that they have the structural integrity to survive the crossbow.
The
Can I
onions
retire
don't
to the-
fare well.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, carry on. Yes.
Can I retire to the mead hall and have some mead? But also I want to look up Gwendolyn if she's still around.
Yes, she's around. She is sat there now, having herself a very large tankard of mead, and going, "Oh, thank goodness that's over."
I take my mead over to Gwendolyn's table and have a seat. I gesture. Is it okay if I sit here?
Oh, please do.
Anyone here? No. Okay, good. So how did you get mixed up in all this mess? You seem like a right-thinking person. What's your relation to this Linton lad?
I was his primary school teacher. Freshen up your mead.
Yes, please.
Okay, she pours a good 3 fingers of basically schnapps into your mead.
Oh.
It's like she has a long
Yum, yum,
draft.
yum,
She's
yum,
like,
yum, yum.
oh, yeah. I educated the little
You can say it.
tosser. And, And I'm starting to suspect I was the only person who was ever kind to him.
Oh.
So when he suddenly became king because of an ancient prophecy and a stupid fate, which I baked for, and we didn't even have the bake sale because suddenly it was a coronation feast and he wanted all of the cakes. But
Linton.
yeah, suddenly, he appointed me royal advisor.
I see. Okay, well, I mean, that's done with now, I think. Back to normal for you folks here in Dunbridge.
Well, it is Dunbridge, yeah. It just, before we were self-governing, and now we appear to have a new king. It's kind of why I'm
Yes.
drinking, to be honest. I think we've sort of strayed into just a full-blown monarchy.
It's a bad prophecy to have on the books, really. It's no way to elect a ruler, is it?
Well, no one thought that anyone was going to pull the stone out.
Uh,
It's clearly a lawn ornament, we thought. And then, whoop, it's a sword now. It was a bit of fun. It meant that, let's face it, rubbish people like Linton would get a chance to pretend they might have friends one day.
oh, you say he's had a rough time of it? No one's ever been nice to him except you?
Well, he always made people be nice to him because he's just been horrible to them if they haven't been.
Oh.
He's not a pity case. He's a tyrant.
Oh,
Always was.
oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah. No.
Oh, well, that simplifies things.
Yeah. No.
Should we just kill him? Would that help?
Ooh.
I mean, or we could. Okay, I can see you're not a fan of the child murder, and as a primary school teacher,
let's not be too hasty. Give me 10 minutes and
give me some more of that schnapps now. But what if we could get him out of your hair somehow that doesn't murder him?
Can I cast message to Prudence? From
Yeah.
Where I am. I know we have.
Yeah.
Billy.
It's like a blip, 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 blip. I cast message to Prudence. I basically just want to catch her up on the situation I'm in. That I'm down in the sort of under the sword thing with Linton.
Okay,
How
I cast message
exactly-
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill
Okay.
him.
Okay, so yeah. All right. So yeah, you're up to date now, Prudence.
Oh, okay.
What do you reckon?
I mean, it is quite smart, the bone thing, but
Here's what
I've
I
got-
know.
Okay.
Here's what I know. Linton
Okay.
was a bad king. Corazon by now certainly is a bad king. And also,
But he's our bad king.
Yeah, Corazon,
bad king.
sidebar. Your feet are tired now, but you're still expected to do more parade routes. How are you going to solve this problem?
At this point, I've shanghaied 20 or 30 of the townspeople into a sort of backup dancing group for me, and now I'm doing a full-blown choreographed dance routine about King Corazon. It's a big musical production number. There are Roman candles going off. There's a
Corazon, the old king is gone. Da, 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 that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. There's a flyby of dragons doing flames across.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would you
It's all
would you
going on.
say that this is an absolutely vast amount of sort of labour that has been undertaken in a very short space of time, with no prior notice?
Yes, I would say that. Yes.
Okay. Have you? Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah. Cut back to, has Corazon become a bad king yet? You're not sure. You're not sure yet.
Okay.
But you have a hunch.
I mean, we know Corazon and we love him, but he's not a compassionate or a kind king. Prudence.
Yes.
What
Yes.
say we unseat Corazon and establish and re-establish the wise council of elders? What did they have? Where are you?
They didn't
right now?
have a king. I'm in the middle. They didn't
I know.
have a king before. They don't
That's
need
what
a
I'm
king
saying.
now. They're a town. Towns don't even
yeah.
have kings. It's not
That's
a nation state.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Prudence. Can you find
Oh.
out what the system of governance
Okay.
was before, and we re-establish that?
Ugh, okay.
Prudence, I thought you would enjoy a quest where we re-establish a city council of elders.
You want me to go and research the town's governance history?
Well, no, just
I'm not-
ask whoever you're with. But also,
fine, okay.
But I was thinking it could be fun and exciting if we do it with barricades and flags and
Ooh.
sexy,
I can't-
useful academic
Right.
tragedy and you know.
Okay, you want to do some revoluting?
I can't
You
talk
wanna
to you
revolute
guys.
this
From, I
place?
can't talk to you guys from where I am. Can I?
No, but where you are, you realise you've not been fed or given anything to drink in a little while, and this coronation parade still seems to be going on.
Yeah, it's
I
going
mean,
on. They
you
probably don't actually need me here. They're all enjoying themselves. I slink off to the mead house to get something to drink.
I can
Okay,
fire a hot
sure.
dog at your mouth if you want.
Yeah, please.
On the way.
I use
What's
my crossbow to fire a ham column into Corazon's mouth.
Excuse me.
Okay. This bit was a mistake. Yeah, you fire a warm pig. It just got poof.
So you have been reading the fan fiction.
Pig pipe and a bread duvet. Send
Pig
it my way.
pipe in a bread duvet. Oh boy, yes. Okay, so under sort of a hail of pork products, you slink away from your own parade. Merylwen, how is that statue coming along?
It looks great.
Okay, okay. You're probably done with it now, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
about right. I was yeah.
Is
I
it a
was
statue
doing-
of Corazon catching a pork product in his
Yeah,
mouth
I've
like a
seen
dog
this
catching a
happen, and then I've just gone boom, with the stone-shaped spell, and now it's
It's cast in incredible relief. In fairness, like it's amazing. Like, if you left that for a few thousand years, like on top of some form of mountain, there almost certainly some colonial power would come and just straight away have that, and then refuse to give it back because they built a special humidity-controlled room for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, I am Corazon, King of Kings. Look upon my wonders, ye mighty, in despair.
Okay, and
I kind of feel like also it's got little like hidden chambers where like fresh herbs or incenses are sort of burned, so it it smells nice.
Yeah. It's got little kind of
Really?
like pockets and stuff.
Yeah.
Corazon Demandius.
And if
Because-
there's an iron ring on the back with a chain, and if you pull it, it says a catchphrase.
I was thinking when you pull it, the statue breathes fire.
When you pull
does
it says,
both.
hot dog, what a cruel thing I've done. My famous catchphrase.
Hot dog! What a cruel thing I've done. Yep. So I mean, great work, Merylwen. In fairness,
Thank you. I'm very
Best
proud.
yet.
a very kind man has given you an invitation to join the Guild of Master Stoneworkers in Dunbridge. We'd love to have you in our society.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. What evenings do you meet?
Wiggins Day.
Oh, I'm afraid that's the one night I can't do. I'm really sorry. But have you got a newsletter I can sign up for? I'll have
Yeah.
Yes, there you go. So I give him my details so that he can send me a raven whenever he needs
Great.
to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Is everyone making for the meetle?
Yeah,
Why
I'm
not?
going into the mead hall.
First of all,
Alright.
while Dob's still below,
Yep.
I
Okay.
haven't heard his conversation with Prudence, so I don't know. I'm mad. I'm mad at Corazon because he's going to help this kid, and I don't like this kid.
Corazon's not going to help the kid. Corazon's having a
No,
great time.
no, Dob.
And you're mad at Dob.
Dob. Sorry, I'm fine with
Force of
Corazon.
habit.
Who am I normally angry at?
Well, I'm inspired for the first time in my life by Corazon because of this amazing statue that I've been able to make.
This is amazing. This is Oxventure Civil War. Lines are being drawn in the sand.
Yes,
I've sent
and,
Linton out to find allies, supporters, sympathisers. I start building barricades in the street.
I'm a bit mad, and I'm like, oh, Dob's gonna help this Linton kid who just was very rude to all of it, especially him. He was mean about his backflip. So
I'm gonna help him establish a new republic.
So I'm gonna. But
Hashtag
I
Team
don't know.
Linton.
But I'm gonna cast through the little hole. I'm gonna cast Druidcraft into the little cave that they're in, and just leave the smell of skunk. I'm bringing the skunk smell back, and I'm just real mad. So and Dob will know it's me.
Oh yeah, I recognise.
It's the same smell as before.
Yeah.
recognise Merylwen's smell of skunk.
Yeah. The whole room now smells like a muster lid went off. Just went. Which is by the way, if you've never actually smelt it, is horrible. Like,
Okay.
Genuinely.
Noted.
I'm like, whoa, Linton. I know you're a-
That wasn't me! Everyone always blames it on me! It wasn't me!
Okay, buddy. Well,
Oh, hey, folks.
Anyway,
good to see you in here.
My
Hey,
old
king.
Oh, have you
How's it
come?
going?
They're so they're under the hill.
Oh, right.
We're in the mead.
We
I'm in the
can totally
mead
go
hall.
in
Oh,
if
of
you.
course, they're
are in the
messaging,
mead
yeah.
hall,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry.
Um,
I'm in the mead hall.
yeah, Prudence
Hey,
is in the mead
Prudence.
hall with Gwendolyn.
Hey, King, Corazon, for now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to stay king for long. I mean,
Oh, are you
it's,
gonna
like the parade and the dance routine is cool and stuff, but I don't want to. I mean, this town sucks. I don't want to live here.
Okay.
So, you know, I might just see what's in the treasury, you know, and then head off. I'll announce that it's like a republic again tomorrow, and we can head off.
Oh,
Gwendolyn looks up and goes, "Do you have a girlfriend?"
Why are you interested? I say.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
yes, yes.
Oh, I'm
yes.
sorry. I just heard that you were gonna clear out the treasury and leave this place.
Yeah, no, that's the plan.
Uh
I
huh.
ship Corazon.
You seem very nice, Gwendolyn, but I barely know you. I've not even met you before. Do I know you?
I'm okay with that.
Gwendolyn? Where
Yeah.
have you picked that up from?
Probably from the man who sells lengths of minced swine
That'll be it. Anyway, we can revisit this later, but
in a wheaty bad boy.
yeah.
She's had a lot of schnapps. I made.
Yeah. It's the
Gwen.
I'm just
canoeist
saying.
in his bread canoe.
Just
That's-
saying, if you need a travelling companion,
Well, thank you for the offer. I will bear it in mind. Yeah, so I thought we'd just I'd declare it a republic. Maybe I could execute that old king. He seems like a jerk and everyone hates him. What do you reckon?
Yes,
I could do
yes.
that. Yeah.
If
Where's-
it's in
where
your
is the
power
old
to
king?
declare a republic, I say death to tyrants, kill
Yeah.
any remaining kings, and
Not any
let's head
remaining.
out.
Corazon.
Any remaining kings,
I'm the hero of the people who
death
liberated
to
it.
tyrants, and then we get out of here.
All right. Well, where's Dob? Let's get him back here.
Gwendolyn just cheers quite fiercely. Beneath the hill, Linton's like, "Well, come on, we gotta get on with it. Have you said there's still? Have you not heard that the people they've learned the song that elf was playing, and now
I
they're
know.
like, do you hear the people sing? They're singing the song of Merylwen. I don't like it."
Look, I know you don't like it, Linton, and frankly, I'm getting a little bit confused as to exactly which side you would represent in this Les Mis analogy.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know which side I want to be on, and it's
I don't know, but if we don't sort this out soon, I'm going to be looking wistfully through a window, possibly with a hat on, for the rest of my life.
Look, Linton, here's the situation, right? You're not going to be king, okay? Just so, like, you weren't king before, that was fine. And actually, if you look deep inside yourself, wasn't that better?
No.
Wasn't that better, Linton? Yes, that's what I thought. Yes, better.
Charisma persuasion again.
I was going. Well, I was genuinely, the pause was weighing up either persuasion or intimidation.
Ah.
Which is it? Dob.
Menace that
charisma.
child.
Charisma,
Oh.
like I'm trying to create some sense of actual, like, I'm trying to make Linton nostalgic for the simple days of being a butcher's apprentice.
Okay.
But I bet it was rubbish.
Maybe a charisma persuasion check then. Sure.
15.
It's like, oh, I guess there were perks. It was
Yes, there
popular
were.
with the dogs.
Yeah. And can you honestly say that you were still popular with the dogs when you were king?
No.
No. Right. Okay, so Linton, here's what's going to happen. You're not going to be king. Get used to that fact, and you'll live a happy life sooner. But also, that chap who deposed you, Corazon, the wicked king, also doesn't have to be king. They don't have to be any kings. So here's what I'm saying. We march on City Hall. Like that.
Oh my god, no gods, no masters! We killed the man with the one eye!
That's right. We're gonna throw ourselves on the gears of the machine, you and I, Linton, until the machine cannot operate because it's so clogged up with our bones and blood. Okay?
Okay, Oh,
Okay, right.
Oh, wait, row that back a little bit.
No, there's no time, Linton. Right, I
Okay.
grab Linton and I run towards the meat hall, I guess, or I guess maybe towards like some. Okay, am I A, running to the meat hall to try and like thrash this out with everyone now, or am I B, taking Linton into like an underground network of like
Resistance fighters.
resistance fighters and revolutionaries to try
I
and
don't
foment
know.
a street war? Which
What are you doing?
I wonder what
Dob?
Dob's doing.
Oh yeah, Dob derailed this whole situation. Yeah. Okay.
We haven't seen Dob
I'm-
for a while. I
I'm
wonder
bringing
what
Linton
he's
to the meat.
doing.
I'm bringing Linton. Okay, I walk into the meat hall.
Oh,
Okay.
Let's
Are
all
you
go
back?
back to the mead hall. That
Yeah,
seems like
I
a
head
good
back
plan.
as well.
what smells funny?
It's me as usual.
Oh, it's Dob. It's just Dob.
I think these hand cones have gone off.
Gwendolyn sees Linton tucked, like trussed under your arm, like a small ham. Just goes, "Oh God."
Linton, do you have something to say to Gwendolyn, like we talked about?
I'm not the king.
And
Sorry, you were such a rubbish advisor.
Linton,
Boom. Gwendolyn.
What?
Linton, like
I'm
we talked about.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Because you got to own your apologies. No, I'm sorry, yous. That's not an apology, Linton.
Well, you just said I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I know, but I
No,
want
I'm
him to
not.
say it properly to her.
I'm sorry, Gwendolyn. That
There we go.
great.
And in Linton's defense, like, of the whole town, he was the only one who figured out a very legitimate and legal way to easily become king. So,
Thank you. I was
pipe down,
deposed by.
Second.
He goes entirely limp.
Oh,
So, Dob, I was just saying to the others, I'm probably just going to enjoy tonight, you know, being king, help myself to whatever we can get out of the treasury, and then declare it a republic tomorrow and head off. I mean, I don't really want to hang around here too much more.
no.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I suggest that we head to City Hall for 40 minutes and draw up a detailed charter.
Would you like me to? I mean, shall I execute this old king? He seems like
more
everyone hates him.
governance.
No!
Go ahead. What do I care?
He's a child.
Linton.
Oh.
Maybe
I'm
we should
not.
teach. Maybe we should teach him to be nice. We should do some sort of friendship activity with him.
He's a kid who's-
Gwendolyn snorts heavily into her tankard. She's like, "Pfft, good luck.
Okay, how about this? Linton, how about you said you wanted to go on a hunt? How about we set you some kind of challenge, and if you complete it, maybe you earn a trial position on the city council when eventually it's formed. You can be one of the 20 wise elders elected. I mean, you obviously won't be elected, but you'll be elected after 6 months, but you get like a trial position or something. But you have to do like a cool hunt or something.
I'm sorry, but
It's a perfect system.
Yeah.
isn't it a bit mean to make me do a bunch of work in order to try out for a presumably
You
unpaid
wanted to go on a
temporary
hunt.
position?
You wanted to,
I did.
Yeah,
I
I mean, that
wanted
is
to go on a
mean,
hunt
yes.
with friends and hunt something and kill it. And yeah, it is mean.
The
Think of
position
the
city
exposure.
council member-
We don't even have to kill it. I just want to go
To the elements.
I want to just look at something. I just want to go somewhere and see an animal or something.
Oh,
Right.
all right, well, let's go.
Melwin,
That's
just
what he
turn into
needs.
something.
Maybe
No,
that's
just-
what he needs. Is he needs the
Yeah,
self-confidence.
and
boost.
accidents happen hunting all the time. I'm back of the head, arrow. Let's go.
All he needs is the
Gwendolyn
self-confidence
standing
to
up like
believe
hunt
it.
game. Sorry, carry on.
I feel like we could affect change in young Linton if we take him out and he's.
I think he's a lost cause. I'm happy to go for a hunt though and watch this
Well,
all
look,
play out. I bet it'll be rubbish.
I can believe that Linton might be a lost cause, but he's also, like young, and he spotted a frankly golden opportunity that I can't really blame him too much for exploiting. So, like, how about why don't we give Linton some kind of trial that is like a kind of personality test, and it somehow takes the form of hunting. Help me devise a challenge, folks, for Linton.
Oh, we could
How
give him a moral dilemma. Then he has to pick the right one.
I mean, that's sounding a lot like the City Hall Charter draw up. Oh, but it could be a real one. Yeah, like a real life
Yeah, a
trolley
real
problem.
life. real life moral dilemma, and then he'll have to he has to pick the right one, and if he does, then we'll know that he's changed and is able to have a seat on the city council instead of being king.
Tie me to the minecart tracks.
All right, I tie Dob to the minecart tracks.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention. Thank God you picked up on it from the general ambience. Dunbridge obviously has an extensive tram system because it is a town. It's big. People got to get around somewhere. Somehow, yes, there is a track that diverges. There is an old-timey switch that is thrown to divert the tram. You'd think it would be in a more secure location, but no, it's just right there next to the track.
Well, they had the King's Sword right in the middle of the village green, so they're not really down on securing these things. So.
It's incredible that this sort of crisis hasn't already happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dob, you're tied to one of the tracks.
We've tied Dob to one of the tracks. On the other track, I would like to tie the sword.
Okay.
Because if that's destroyed, then there'll be no way of him ever reclaiming his title of king, will there? Because that's
or any king for this
kingly
entire...
power.
Yeah.
Ah.
There you go. It's symbolic.
It's symbolic, so he has to choose between the one friend.
The only
Have
person
we-
who showed
have
him
we-
genuine kindness and the sword.
Okay.
Have we catered for the possibility that he might choose to kill Dob?
Well, Dob. I say to the tied down Dob. Have you considered this possibility?
I think we pretend that Dob is tied down, perhaps with an illusion of some kind. So
Dob's
that if,
method. He wouldn't.
Yeah. No. Got to use that 50-foot hempen rope for
Dob
something.
would know. Dob
No,
would know, and it wouldn't come through in his performance.
The threat has to be real.
Would be authentic.
Yeah.
Egbert, now that you mention it, yes, I am now considering that possibility, which I hadn't until now considered.
However, I should also point out that I can sort of move one of my feet, so if you could just tie that down, etc., etc.
We'll work something out. Let's see what happens when he flicks the switch. It's got to be real,
Okay.
and then we'll work it out on the fly.
Linton is standing next to the switch. What's going on? What's this thing?
Oh,
God, I hate it.
yeah.
Carry on.
Well, that doesn't bode well for me. Johnny hates Linton.
So I say to Linton, this is just the you recognise this, right? This is the switching station for the tram,
Yeah.
which is happening.
We're going to take the tram to the hunt. The eventual
yeah.
hunt that we've mentioned several times.
Okay.
Look! What now? There's Dob somehow has managed to get himself
he's
tied
somehow-
he's
to the
trapped.
track.
Oh,
Further down the
I
line.
left my
Linton, help me.
kingly sword on the other track.
What's that,
But-
Dob? What do you
Linton,
say?
help me.
Is it-
help me,
Do you
Linton.
have a problem? What kind of a problem?
Yeah.
I
But
seem to
wait,
have
what's that?
tripped-
There's
I seem to have tripped and fallen into a nest of ropes.
There seems to be a. Is that Merylwen driving a trolley? coming down the tracks?
Oh, God.
What's that, Merylwen? The brakes
I
of
didn't agree
what?
to this.
The brakes of what? Working?
Just like in the trolley, like what?
Gwendolyn, Gwendolyn has you like with a hand over your mouth. She's picked you up, and she's just like, it's more of a trolleyed problem, to be honest. But
Yes.
she is an enthusiastic participant.
Linton, you're probably the closest one to the lever. Surely
Sweet.
someone who
Wait,
is
you have
pure
to-
of heart will make the right decision.
I've got to choose.
You've got to choose which track to send the runaway trolley down, Linton, and you've got to do it quick because
So-
otherwise, one of these things is going to get smushed.
Linton, I say, follow your heart. Do what you believe is right.
So either double backflip gets smushed by the trolley, or the symbol of the power that I once wielded that is now yours gets destroyed, which possibly makes you not a king either.
Yeah,
Correct.
it would. I mean, you would strike a powerful blow against your enemy, and you know.
And also,
It
the
would
people of this town would be liberated from an oppressive regime.
It would destroy the symbol of the monarchy and thereby the... For the monarchy
Yeah,
is
but
merely an illusion.
How are you
Also-
so calm? You're about to die, maybe.
These
but
are all
also,
things that I said
Linton,
earlier to
if
Linton
you-
that he's remembering now.
If you ran
Linton,
over,
you've turned off your targeting computer. Corazon, carry on, sorry.
Linton, if you run over the sword, you'll get rid of any chance you ever have of becoming king again. The sword is the only way you could get that power back. So you have to make that choice. your friend or the power that you once had. It's a very symbolic choice, Linton, and you need to make it quick because Merylwen can't be stopped.
But if I look, I like Dob. He seems nice, and he was kind to me. But
I imagine this trolley is moving very slowly.
if I give up
very
my
long
chance
track.
of being king, how can I ever punish the elf for being in a trolley and wanting to run something over?
It's the decision you have to make, Linton.
Why isn't there a third track?
I don't know. Because the king didn't build any. That's you.
But you're the king. Build one.
I've only been king for 40 minutes.
Right, hard, isn't it?
Yeah, the dance number was very hard to learn, I must say.
Right, which way do I send the switch to send it to Dob or the sword?
It's the tracks are on the left and right. Turn it to the left to kill Dob. Turn it to the right to smash the sword.
Left to kill Dob, right to smash the sword.
Yeah.
Come on, Linton. I'm going to need to push you for an answer.
Left to kill Dob, right to save the sword.
Linton,
Merylwen speeds up.
Linton looks you dead in the eyes, Coruscant, and goes, sometimes you need to be bigger than just one person. Sometimes you need to be a hero. And he throws the switch to the right and sprints toward the sword.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh, damn.
He always finds a workaround.
I'm just gonna push him so he overshoots it. I'm just gonna give him an extra nudge and he's just gonna fly straight past that sword. Okay. It's for his own good. Just a little shove to the back and is gonna completely like.
Okay, Gwendolyn finds the horn just as the trolley rolls over the sword.
Yeah.
So he did really biff that saving throw. So he's been like, "Come here, sword!" And then Egbert just came and like punted him further upfield as the trolley just runs over the sword. And Linton is not turned to a fine red mist.
no! I think.
That's what friends are for.
Well, Linton, I guess you sort of learned something, maybe.
Job, you okay? Are you okay? Do you need a hand?
Did.
I'm fine. Linton, a little help with these ropes, if you would.
Why? You're not in danger now.
That's fair, Linton.
Just leave him.
You truly are wiser than we all assumed. The wisest and best of us.
Linton sits down. It's just like,
Wow, it's a real redemption story. Okay, I go and untie Dob before the next trolley turns up. Before the 414 comes along. Oh, Merylwen is speeding away on the trolley.
no, Gwen, okay.
Why did we cut the brakes?
Merylwen's presumably Gwendolyn took a load of gold or something and is just riding the rails.
Yeah, she cleaned the treasury out and she's.
Gwendolyn has this enormous rucksack on her back. You know, when people are going hiking, it's
Yeah.
just full of gold.
She Kaiser Soze das real good.
She in your ear, Merylwen goes, "Well, I think our work is done," and then just she throws both of you off the trolley and does an expert combat roll, and then it's just
Ow, ow.
she's staggering off into the sunset with all of the town's money.
Bye.
Bye.
Fair enough. It's fine. They'll make it back in tourism money when they see this amazing statue of John Swordsman, the
Swordsman
swordsman,
Jones.
Yeah, Swordsman
They'll
Jones.
call
First
him
of his
Corazon,
name.
the
eating
40-minute
a hot
king.
dog, and people will come from far and wide to eat the fine hot dogs, which have been named thus
Named
because of
for
the fact everyone
Swordsman
said,
Jones, yeah.
everyone kept
called-
saying hot dog. I've done a terrible thing, or whatever it was.
Dog,
What
what a cruel thing I did.
a cruel
What a
thing
cruel
I
thing
did.
I've done.
What a cruel thing I've done. From the famous expression. Alright, I'm going to address the people of Dunbridge.
Okay.
People of Dunbridge, I say.
Hey, the king.
Tis I, your beloved king.
Wah,
Thank you.
wah.
People of Dunbridge, you have laboured too long under the yoke of oppression. I say, what has it been, 2 weeks?
2 weeks in a day.
Too long!
Someone
Have ye
yells,
laboured?
feel like 2 months. But, oh, sorry. Sorry.
2 months have you laboured under the yoke of oppression,
No,
and
it was
I
2 weeks. It
say,
felt like 2. Oh, sorry.
however long, I don't care, have that man executed, I say. You see the sort of things that happen under this kind of tyrannical rule?
Oh no!
See the kind of terrible stuff a king can do, I say?
Oh!
Well,
They
no
yell.
more, I say.
Wow.
I, your beloved and benevolent king, to all of you except that guy, I say this to you, people of Dunbridge. There shall be kings no more. I have destroyed the sword of ruling, so no one else may use it to lay claim to your lives, people of Dunbridge. From now on, you will rule as a democracy. A council will be elected of learned elders, and they will rule wisely and justly. This I say, this I decree, my final decree as king. And now, peace be with ye.
And also with ye.
There is a long
Looking real
pause.
kingly over here.
And then from the front row, you hear a voice go, "No!"
What?
And a man
Yes,
steps
though.
forward. This man is clad entirely in tweed. He has very rosy cheeks, as if all of the blood vessels therein burst when he was but a small boy. And he goes, "No! Monarchy is
No.
good. The monarchy is good for Dunbridge. It's good for tourism. It's tradition, and tradition is good. Even though it's a tradition that's only a couple of weeks old, I like it. And also, it's our whole character. The Dunbridge spirit
Boy,
is
do I have a
predicated
memorial plate to send
on
you,
it."
sir. I offer a commemorative baby plate to the
All right,
Royal baby
gentleman.
plate.
He
for an
pays
enormous
you.
sum.
Yeah, you offer him this gold plate for an enormous sum, which he trebles on the spot.
Okay. Well, to this man, I because minor illusion only lasts a minute, I had mocked up a fake royal baby that I was using for the parade earlier. It's a couple of like cantaloupes wrapped in swaddling. To this man, I say, "Oh, okay, that's interesting. Think fast!" And I throw the fake royal baby at him, and as he goes,
My
to catch
lord!
it, I headbutt him in the face.
Okay. Yeah. Make me a.
I haven't had to roll for anything this entire episode. If you make me roll for initiative, I'm going to be very upset.
We'll see.
Headbutt fight this man for me.
We'll see how.
Actually, I
hard you
rolled
headbutt
for a
him.
wisdom thing. It's fine. It's
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to work out what a headbutt. Are you like on a raised platform?
It's a diving
Fine. It's a
headbutt.
torpedo headbutt.
Yeah. It's like, are we talking
Yeah.
like? Is it one of those like off the top turnbuckle ones, or
Yeah,
are
it'll be
you
like a diving headbutt from the stage.
Yeah.
Dex acrobatics? Then, please.
Okay, well I rolled an 18, and
Wow.
yeah, I've got 4 extra on that.
His head explodes.
Yeah, roll me. I guess we can call a head an improvised weapon, which is strength plus d4.
Oh, okay.
I think. No, wait, is that the wrong game? Hang on. Yes, D&D improvised weapon damage.
You could have just explained to him that, like, take the traditions that work for you and that are joyful and celebratory and discard the ones that don't.
I feel
That's
that's
the
what
way
the
of
headbutt
progress.
says.
Yeah,
it's
I
Yeah,
suppose
it's a very-
it's implicit, isn't it? Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
a very
it's a-
eloquent weapon.
Are you saying
well,
that's-
use your head, you know.
that is probably a better thing to do than just headbutting people, to be fair?
No.
But less funny.
I was caught up
And therein
in
lies the
moment.
rub.
Oh wait, if it's blah la 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 la, let's call it just strength plus dex.
Strength.
No wait, sorry, 1d4 plus dex.
Okay, so that was a 3 on the d4 plus 4.
Come on,
Seven.
headbutt.
7. Yeah, you like it's you. You hear and feel his nose just like crunch against his face. He tells us back, he's like, "Oh, fine counterpoint."
Anyone else got a problem with me getting rid of the monarchy? I shout. Egbert,
suppose
you give them the speech.
Look, you guys, some traditions are just like chains around you, and if you never move, you never feel those chains. But you need to realise that progress is about abandoning the traditions that don't work for you, and then taking the ones that are joyful and celebratory and bringing them forward. And then I do a torpedo headbutt into midair at no one.
Oh, at no one.
Just off the stage. It's a stage dive.
You do a stage dive. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a charisma persuasion check.
See if anyone catches him.
Yeah. Let's see whether I'm crowd surfing or hitting the deck. That is a critical one.
Oh! Your second roll.
Please let me
I knew I didn't want to roll.
So it's basically like you've done a pile driver on yourself. For the second time, someone's head and shoulders make a sickening impact with the ground. Like a kind lady steps forward and goes, "Don't move, love. Help's on the way. But if it is a spinal, you need to be still. All right." Okay, there it is. And she's just petting your chest.
I hand her Seal Gaiman and say, "Take care of him. He's my
boy." He's nestling into her neck and her shoulder, as if he's just been rescued from a horrible existence. She's like, "Is he normally this friendly?"
The long nightmare is over.
The man whose nose is very much broken holds his hand up and goes, "Oh, well, the possibly very injured lizard man makes a good point. Maybe it is finally time we abandon the monarchy that we adopted quite suddenly 2 weeks ago. I think we can all agree that that's a wise course of action." And the crowd behind goes, "Meh, meh, meh." He goes, additionally, however, I feel, how there are 27 towns near here, and we trade with them a lot. Freely, you might say. The others go, "Meh, meh, meh." He goes, "Well, why don't we just stop doing that as well? We just arbitrarily stop doing that."
I headbutt him again.
Make me another dex acrobatics check.
Knock their trading block off, Egbert.
It's 13.
Yeah, I think that'll do it. Roll me damage, which is D4 plus dex. Why not? This is a very dexterous headbutt. I feel like, when people come up from a swimming pool and toss their hair back.
Oh, yeah.
2 plus 6.
You're going to headbutt a guy with spinal damage, potential spinal damage.
Nah. He's not headbutting you.
Oh, right, fair.
He's, the man is headbutting now is spark out.
Good.
And the crowd sort of parts and he just planks into the dirt. And they go, no, doing that would be a silly idea. Yeah, we won't do that bit. And then they turn and go, "Well, now."
Now I lead the crowd in a rousing chorus. Do you hear the people sing? Here singing the song of Merrill Wen. It is the music of a people who deposed Coronation.
Sort of rhymes.
Depose, he graciously
Abdicated
his crown for the good of the people.
When Coronation was led from the palace, weeping and in chains, the people rose up and they said, "This is good. We begin again."
Very good.
Then Coronation said, "That's not actually what happened. It was very good and he was great and everyone agreed." Come on, sing it with me.
No, I think the music stops now. So.
Presumably the crowd has dispersed at this point.
They've all gone home. All that's left is a man in front of a cart that sells
the real hero of this story.
lengthy meat tubes. No, that's worse. That's worse than any of the other ones that have come before.
pencils
Sells-
in his yeasty grave.
Spam cigars.
We've named them. Sorry, he's selling hot dog.
Hot-
That's
Yeah.
a cool thing I've done.
Probably shorten that. Just
Yeah.
maybe the first couple of words.
Yeah.
Maybe just call it pencils.
And
in his grave.
he's done that. He's standing there and goes, "Is anybody hungry?"
I am.
Me, please. I think I'm going to
Hungry
need.
work.
I'm going to need some hot dogs to cure my wounds. I
Yeah,
think
it's
probably.
hungry work abolishing a monarchy.
Yeah, I think
Onions
so.
on mine, please.
Advocating for the good of the people, I say, to no one.
How's your spine, Egbert? Are you okay? Your neck?
Bad.
I put a cone on Egbert.
Yeah, so I don't worry the injury.
And that's the story of how you deposed 2 kings in one day.
And invented hot
And
dogs.
invented hot dogs. Yeah. Well, named hot
We
dogs.
named
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Same thing.
They
It
were
wraps up
always
a
People will
there.
remember us as the inventors.
Yeah. It did wrap up a little early, but that's what happens when you wrap up absolutely
When you
everything I
derail.
had planned at 5 p.m. And we sort of just have to see where it goes from there.
Yeah,
So-
sorry about that.
No, it was efficient. Mea culpa for not giving it more of a plot. I kind of assumed that I could force you to go milk a goat and make hot chocolate and go on a hunt, and then
yeah.
you sort of just quite neatly deposed him with mage hand, and I thought, yeah, that's fair enough actually. It would be railroady for me to stop this. So yeah.
Well, that's good. I think you did very well. Thank you for another wonderful Oxventure.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yes,
Johnny.
thank you. And
You're
also,
more than welcome.
thank you to Voodoo Ranger, who sponsored this live stream and provided us with the booze that probably aided in the derailment. If you would like to try some Voodoo Ranger for yourself, it is out now in the UK. There is a coupon code, voucher code, in the description below.
If you're over
for
18,
15%
legal
off.
age to drink,
Yes,
it
make
is
sure.
extremely delicious.
It's lovely, yeah. It's very, very good. And also, there is a link there as well to donate to the Drinks Trust, which is a charity that is helping out people in the hospitality sector who have obviously been affected quite a lot by lockdowns and such. So if you have a few spare pounds, please do consider supporting that as well.
Yeah, if you go to justgiving.com/fundraising/Rangerous stream, you can check out Voodoo Rangers streams they got coming up, which are raising money for that excellent cause. They're doing
amazing.
stuff
Nice.
over on Twitch, so you can check out. There's some links there on that Just Giving page.
Very good.
So do help out if you can. Very good cause.
Cool. Thanks so much for watching. Like and
check
subscribe
back
if you
next
enjoyed
time
this.
for Oxventure Civil War, where we
Oxventure Civil War. Oh, there's a new episode of the podcast up. If you didn't know, we are doing podcast versions of our old Oxventures with new intros from us talking about our memories of the episode, behind the scenes trivia, stuff like that. They're definitely worth checking out. James worked really hard on getting those together. So
Available
please
on
do
all
check
your
them out.
podcast platforms.
Yeah.
Every
check
last
those out.
one.
Yeah.
Indeed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have great weekends. Thanks to Voodoo Ranger, and we'll see you again next time for another Oxventure. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.